What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering Live Content Alert. I'm uploading this at a time where I'll be going live on this channel with Sydney Watson, talking about some of the Twitter changes today, talking about the IRS stuff, also topics I'd really love to see you stop in for the show and spread some kind cheer. But in the meantime, there is a woke disaster brewing at AT&T, and it surrounds them, the actor in charge of the Flash, or who plays the Flash, Ezra Miller, who seems to be on a global crime spree, completely incapable of, I don't know, not breaking the law for a few hours. It seems like every single day there's another law he broke, and now they're facing down the barrel of a $200 million disaster because they can't release this movie. The guy is a psychopath. They can't release it. But if they don't release it, they'll make the they-them community extraordinarily mad. But they've got so much money into it. It's absolutely insane. By the way, thank you everyone who supported the launch of the double caffeinated Ethiopian blend at coffeebrandcoffee.com. Had an absolutely monster day of sales yesterday. You can use promo code TheQuartering and still pick some up today. I can't wait until we get the reviews in here. We also opened up a few more spots in the Roaster's Choice program. We just opened it up basically for today and tomorrow. So if you've been thinking about tasting the best coffee imaginable on the planet with a different flavor every month, make sure you sign up literally right now. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. Now, Ezra Miller now ran an alleged cult from an Iceland Airbnb. It's a Gunham tweeting, Ezra Miller is the perfect example of how much you can get away with if you have the correct political leanings. Holy moly. Imagine if I did just half of what Ezra's done. I'd be under a prison. Here's what Culture Crave is saying. Warner Brothers Discovery is considering 3 options for The Flash. 1, Ezra Miller gives an interview explaining their erratic behavior and does limited press, which I don't think is going to work. 2, Ezra Miller plays no part in the film's promotion and the role gets recast, meaning they'll let Ezra's character exist, they'll keep him away from the promotion, and then future Flashes will be played by someone else. That's what I think that means. 3, the film getting completely scrapped. This via The Hollywood Reporter. The film's been testing well, even though the legal woes are insane. Warner Brothers weighing the fate of The Flash as Ezra Miller problem grows. You can see this article, Ezra Miller's, where's the 200, I had something about the $200 million disaster. Here you have police unable to locate the mother and her 3 youths who were staying with Ezra in Vermont. This is, by the way, this is an article from yesterday. Now child services are after him. And this is all after he got charged with burglary a few days ago. I don't understand what, like, does this guy got some sort of, like, dirty secrets on Zaslav? I mean, Zaslav deleted CNN Plus and laughed about it. Got rid of the Latina superstar Batgirl movie. Zaslav's first movie, Crisis. What to do with Ezra Miller, the erratic star of Warner Brothers' $200 million Flash franchise launch. Even this is via Deadline. Even though it isn't on Warner Brothers' release calendar until June of next year, The Flash is becoming Warner Brothers CEO David Zaslav's first movie, Crisis, because of the escalating coverage of incidents of volatile and odd behavior involving the film's star. Zaslav has made it clear his desire to grow the DC universe to the MCU scale, of course he does, and has all the ingredients of the first foot forward in The Flash, including the return of Michael Keaton as Batman, along with a reprise by Ben Affleck, a $200 million budget, and a hot director in Andy Muschietti, who delivered the blockbuster It for the studio. The Warner Brothers CEO exercised his well-known penchant for micromanagement by declining to greenlight the Wonder Twins for being too niche. Zaslav will have to soon make a decision on what to do with the complicated picture. Deadline has heard that the studios tried getting help for Ezra Miller, but the troubling headlines continue to pile up. Could you send a potential liability on global publicity tour and have the actor anchor a huge studio franchise play? Zaslav has several choices, and he will make one very soon. Among them, he can pull back on heavily promoting the summer film, confining it to some P&A and no publicity tour. Or he can relegate it to streaming with HBO Max and take a write-down, or lean in toward making the movie a hit, then drop Miller if they can't straighten things out. Warner Brothers did that when they dropped JD from the Grindelwald character in Fantastic Beasts franchise after the actor's well-known publicized suit, but that was a disaster. I mean, that movie absolutely tanked. Like, just absolutely brutally tanked. Zaslav has several choices. He will make them soon. There's no winning for Warner Brothers, one studio source tells us. This is an inherited problem for Zaslav. The hope is that the scandal will remain at a low level before the movie is released, and hope the best to turn out. Well, I mean, are they going to be able to keep this guy out of the clink? It certainly seems like he should be locked up. Sources say if no more bad things happen, the studio won't likely keep Miller in the Flash role in future, even if no more things resurface. That would mean replacing him in the future, but there's still a $200 million investment on the line with the first film, of the Warner Brothers execs have to be cringing at each new press report. There's been 2 more rounds of unflattering headlines in just the last 2 weeks for the 29-year-old who identifies as non-binary. The Daily Beast reported that there was a temporary order against them from someone who is 12. Last week, there was parents of someone who was 18 filed paperwork asking a judge to issue protection against them. I mean, this is actually insane, and this is like only a tiny bit. And it sucks because I know a lot of people really like the Flash. The Flash was never really like my thing. But I always try to be respectful of there are a lot of people who enjoyed the Flash character, who read the Flash comic books, maybe had better versions of it. What's interesting is, I think if Ezra Miller were straight, this is my opinion, straight white male, he'd be fired by now. I mean, does anybody disagree with that? By the way, if you don't disagree, make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. So this says the first scenario, here's even more breakdown, okay? First, Warners have received indications that the 29-year-old whose mother has accompanied the actor in recent days will seek professional help after returning home to their farm in Vermont after being away. If that happens, Miller who goes by they, them, could give an interview at some point explaining their erratic behavior over the past few years. The actor could do a limited press for The Flash, and the movie would open in cinemas as planned. The second scenario is even if Miller doesn't reach out for help, Warner could still release the film, but don't expect Miller to play a prominent role in the terms of marketing and publicity, nor would Miller be the Flash going forward, as the role would be recast. I think the role is going to be recast anyway. This guy's just got too much, this human just has too much dirt on him. Too much stuff. The third, the situation with Miller deteriorates further. This will see Warner's ending the movie outright, as it could not be refilmed with different actor. As far as I know, Miller has been taking part in reshoots all summer long, too. Miller plays multiple characters and is almost in every scene. Scrapping a $200 million film would be an unprecedented move. Well, they just scrapped a $100 million film. I have a feeling that, they wanted to hold on. I think, based on what I've seen, they want to hold on and they want to try to make it work, but this person just can't get out of their own way. Gizmodo writes, Ezra's actions might finally see some consequences. While The Flash is still a year from release, Warner Brothers sees a way forward for the DC film in wake of its lead actor's repeated arrests. The thing is, this isn't like a one-time thing. The dude's been getting arrested for over a year now, consistently. There was that incident where he pushed a fan in Iceland too. There's all sorts of stuff. And, if they have some sort of, mental health issue, they're not treating it, or it's not getting treated properly. And I would say that, you're gonna have to make a decision here. I mean, can you have him committed and to keep him safe? Here's this. It's been one effing day since the burglary charges. Here's a new article from 5 minutes ago. Ezra's recent action now involve the Vermont Child Services. I mean, what? Nobody. This person's got nobody looking out for him, right? Nobody. It's just it's weird. Hollywood. I think Hollywood does this to people, and the fans are the ones that suffer really because nice, good for you, Valky Ray. The fans lose their superheroes. They lose their entertainment. It's almost impossible now to separate Ezra Miller from the Flash, so they're going to have to end it. It's just going to have to be that way, which is unfortunate because a lot of people like the character. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you'll pick up the double calf or the roaster's choice today, and hopefully I'll see you in the live stream, which is probably going on right now. Talk to you again real soon.